back to Market Innoventors, where we bring to your screen innovators and inventors, the people transforming ideas into influence and ambition into global impact. Good day and welcome once again. I am your host, Peace Nwoke. Today we are going beyond the foundation of innovation, tech, AI, product and service, and we're focusing more on experiences, culture, and how people connect with brands. And in today's fast evolving economy where attention span is limited and competition level is high, businesses are no longer just selling what they offer. They are also selling emotions and experiences, how people feel, how they experience value, and how they connect with identity. Our guest today is Dr. Kenny Oshorun Olayinka, a distinguished legal practitioner and a dynamic serial entrepreneur with over 2 decades of experience across law, business, and enterprise development. She is the founder of PKLAMOUR Creations, a platform with a solid foundation on redefining events and entertainment through innovative experiences. She is also the CEO of Streetfood Nigeria, a fast-rising food delivery brand. Dr. Kenny is also the visionary behind Luxury Party Event Center and Luxury Party Solutions, as well as the PKLAMOUR Experience Center, the Nigeria's first world-class event experience hub. But beyond business, she holds a doctorate degree in business analytics and emerging markets. Bound by a passion for creating impact that goes beyond business, she also leads the Bridge Connectors International, a platform focused on fostering collaboration and growth across African businesses and ecosystems. So it is only right for us to say that Dr. Kenny Oshorun Olayinka is not just building businesses, she is shaping experiences, influencing culture, and creating systems that definitely leaves lasting impact. Dr. Kenny, you're welcome to Market Innoventors.
Thank you so much for having me here.
All right. How are you today?
Good.
Okay,
You?
I'm good, thank you. All right, so let's talk about your journey. What inspired you from being a legal practitioner to being the CEO of PKLAMOUR Creations, giving experiences, making people not only be in the center of the event, making them feel. What inspired your journey?
Okay, so I didn't go from being a legal practitioner to being an event person.
Okay.
I am still
You are still,
a
yes.
legal practitioner.
Yes.
Practicing till tomorrow and forever.
All right.
So I just discovered along the line that I have eyes for beautiful spaces.
Yeah.
I come into a space and I'm able to architecturally, bring beauty to the space.
Yeah.
I discovered that I had a zeal for it. Then I discovered, most importantly, that I was a natural administrator and a natural project manager. Like people would always say, I can control the whole of Nigeria from my bedroom,
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
my greatest, my adrenaline is always very high when it comes to, organizing things, giving people experiences, and creating things that do not exist.
Okay, talking about organizing things, you were among the 50 awardees for the Nigerian's wedding story.
Oh,
So how did that feel? How did that?
it was
make you feel?
it was a privilege.
All right.
It was a privilege, and given that we are so many in the industry and we were just picked out of the many other people that are equally very good,
Yeah.
it felt very good, and we thank God because I believe that our efforts, creativity, input, and everything brought us this far.
All right. Across multiple industries, from food to events, lifestyle and experiences. At what point did you realize that business was not just about what you offer, it was about the experience, the emotions, what you make people feel?
Okay, so through the years, not even basically through the years, from the beginning,
Yeah.
we discovered very early enough that creativity and being able to produce an experience, especially the ones that do not exist,
Yes.
the ones that people say, oh my God, where did that idea come from? Those were the things that would stand you out from the crowd.
Yeah.
Those were the things that will bring more money to your pocket.
Exactly.
You know, and those are the things that, you know, pushed us way ahead of our colleagues very early in business. You know, I would remember the very first event, major event, not the first event, the major event that I had the privilege of organizing. And I recall that when I was told the budget, I'm like, what do they want to use all the money to do? What's the money for, you know? But because of the idea we're able to bring to the table, I remember that idea made me sit in the same room with one of the greatest minds in Nigeria, you know, because I'd never met the person, and were many that, you know, pitched for the job, and the idea was brought out of the many ideas that were there, and said, let this person come. And I remember, you know, whilst presenting, just the way you're sitting there, whilst presenting, I remember the person saying, come and work for me. I'm like, come and work for you. I'm working for myself. No, you know. So it has pushed us ahead of our colleagues, creativity, innovation, just like the Experience Center too, you know, and all that. So,
all right. Talking about, you know, the creativity, the bringing us something where it doesn't exist. What inspired the mobile spa?
Okay, so what in the PKLAMOUR mobile massage lounge?
Yeah.
Okay, what inspired it? Creativity once again.
Yes.
But my kind of job as an event person, you know, because you want to ensure that nothing goes wrong anywhere, I find myself standing from probably morning till evening, and sometimes just a few seconds or few minutes I have to sit down, you know, I will just really sit down, and I just thought, what if this sitting down now, something is massaging somebody's body, you know? So I just thought, okay, so why can't we create an after-party experience? You know, people have been there all day. Create an after-party experience. So we created the mobile massage lounge where people will come, sit down. The client would have paid for it. So maybe the person wants to sit down for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, it massages their body, and they go and boogie once again. So
I mean, that's really something. You know, it still boils down to the fact that you're giving them experience.
Yes, please.
You're giving them emotions. You're making them feel better. So, you know, talking about that, how intentional are you about creating emotional connection across your different businesses?
How do you mean?
You know, in today's market, people don't just buy products anymore. They buy into a brand that makes them feel, and that's exactly what you're doing. So across your businesses, how do you create an emotional connection for people?
Okay, so I'll give you an example with Streetfood Nigeria.
Yes.
With Streetfood Nigeria, I don't think we're doing something that other people haven't done.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what was different about us from the beginning. Our packaging has always been different. You know, you look at our gari, the same coconut gari and granite and all that, the packaging is top notch. So people are used to, when you want to eat suya, suya will be inside the newspaper, you know, and all that. But we've got beautiful boxes for our suya, such that the first time a client would see the suya box, the person was like, suya and all the one you know, I said, please, people, you come, street food, you people are coming for my party. And that's how we, you know, we started receiving requests here and there. Our packaging, and that packaging, I mean, we have it there. We talk to you personally, you know, through the packaging. You feel, you know that we thought about you. We thought about you carefully. We want to make contact with you. So all of the text on the boxes, on the cards, thank you card, thank you for connecting with us, all those experiences, it's, I mean, down to even the toothpick to pick your puff-puff, the street food, you had the boss, card on the stick. I mean, it's just personal. Do you understand?
Yes.
So for everything that we do, we try to ensure that people have that personal experience. Like if you come to the Experience Center, I mean, right from the gate is an experience, because you had the swing where you could take your picture before you go in. You had the floor wall when you get in case, I mean, if people were so many there, you had a spot where you could be chaka 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 chaka, you know, taking pictures and all that. And every place in the experience center is just a picture ready friendly place. You know,
You're very, very intentional about giving people experience.
yes, please.
Yes.
Good experience.
Good experience. Okay, let's go back to the packaged suya. You know, many Nigerians they say if the suya is not inside newspaper, it's not authentic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you moving away from that, you know, giving them something that elevates the cultural impact. How do you preserve Nigerian culture through your business?
Okay, so how is putting suya in an old newspaper with ink in Nigerian culture? God forbid. We are not like that in Nigeria. It was just because suya was never something very expensive.
Okay.
So you have to look for something that is not so expensive to pack it, else the price would go up, right? So then, over the years, we now grew to a company that would deal with premium clients. Have you seen premium clients eating through the newspaper? No. So they needed those boxes. You had a commissioner having his birthday. You had the same forth of a PS. You had a bank manager having his. You had big events like that. Is street food suya they want because of the packaging and because of the hygiene.
Yes.
You are sure of the hygiene, you're sure of the packaging, and everything just comes well. And I mean, for another thing is, somebody comes for an event, for example, the person does not have to eat the suya there.
Yes.
It's all packed in a box.
Talking about premium experiences, you know, through the PKLAMOUR Experience Center, you focused heavily on giving premium experiences. Yes. So what misconception do you think businesses in Nigeria fail to understand about the experience economy?
Well, I don't think that they don't know about the experience economy. Actually, it costs money to give people an experience. And except you're intentional, except you're being like that from the beginning, like I said, it has always been our focus to stand out, to give what others would not give, you know. Let me give you an example. We had, some time back, we bought a 1977 Beetle.
Yeah, I know. I
And
know
a 1978 Beetle. I'm looking around to see if anybody here would match that age to know how the
No, definitely
1977
not me.
Beetle and 1978 Beetle. So why did we do that? We went as far as going to a remote village in Oyo State, in Ondo State, to get that Beetle. Then we turned one of the Beetles into a couch. Yeah?
Wow.
Yes, we turned it into a couch. And the other one, we put the lashes, we tried to make it beautiful. Well, it's just bringing something, but those things cost money, you know.
Yes.
So Nigerians really want to give a premium experience, but premium experiences cost money. So it takes intentionality, I mean determination, to tell yourself, regardless of the cost, I will give an experience.
You give an experience. That makes sense. So let's move away from that. You know, you hold a doctorate in business analytics and emerging markets. So how does data and strategic thinking influence the way you make decisions and scale your ventures?
Everywhere, all the time. I mean, we were just having a conversation with your chairman. I was just having a conversation with your chairman, and it was this same thing we were talking about: data, analyzing things. What has been before us? Where are we now? Where are we going to? There are some things I was just saying. The world has gone. The world has changed. Basically, everything is no longer the way it used to be. Now, for anybody to do anything, you are trying to look at it. Nobody just gets up to say, I want to do this thing. The people that did it before, what happened? What came out of it? Where are we going to? What is the future? What does the future hold for this? So everything has to be analyzed critically. Data is very, very important. Just what we were discussing here. Data is very, very important in going through all of this, so that the mistakes of the past will be improved on or totally eradicated, and there can be progress in whatever.
Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Market Innoventors, and we are still having this conversation with Dr. Kenny Oshorun Olayinka. Dr. Kenny, you are a woman of faith and a leader. How has your faith influenced your approach to business, leadership, and decision making?
It has always been. See the way I took a deep breath.
Yes.
There is no business, there is no leadership, and there is nothing outside God. I know this is not a spiritual forum, but I would always say anytime people invite me to come for maybe be a keynote speaker somewhere, and they always look at me and wonder, oh, what does she want to say? Maybe I want to give them to. I say the first thing I write is God, you know, because everything has been about when preparation meets opportunity too. But you know, when they say the steps of the righteous, they are ordered of God. If God does not order your step to those places, you would never see those things. So how has it affected it? In everything I do, I live a prayerful life and a fasted life. When I mean fasted, for those that understand Yoruba, people call me Yalawe, you know.
Yeah.
I don't look anything like how deeply spiritual I am, you know, but you can't do anything outside God. People call it in English and they say faith as F-A-T-E. But it's really, really God and God alone.
Yeah.
The very first big event that I got, I would never forget it. The event, I literally begged to do that event because they were like, I beg you. An event that Dora Coinley, may God rest her soul, was going to be there. It was a big deal. You had all Nollywood stars there. I literally withdrew all my money from my account to say, okay, people should not even bother paying me. They said, we'll pay you one small money like that. I said, okay, no problem. After setting up for that event, I stood at the back and someone walked up to me. I said, what are you doing here? I said, please, because I was still in a paid employment. I said, you didn't see me here. You didn't see me here. And he said, you did this? I said, wow. Now that's what I'm telling you about what people call faith, but it's God ordering your steps. And the person said, wait, you did this setup? I said, oh, yes. He said, wow. Guess what? Our chairman is having his 75th birthday. I think you can come and pitch. I said, oh, really? I said, okay. And that was how I went to pitch. Very young girl. Very, very young. You won't even imagine my age, you know. And I went and pitched for that job, got the job, got my first millions at a very small age. Very small. I remember, you know how that, you know, the money was so big then, you know, and it's not still small now, you know. And I remember having all this money, not having any responsibility anyway. I just said, I'll go buy a motor.
Enjoyment minister.
You know, so, I mean, it has helped because that strengthened my resolve that I have something to offer.
Yes.
I have something to give. I have something inside of me, you know, that could deliver things of value such that people exchange money for serious value, you know.
Yeah. And
since then, I just knew through that very episode, that very thing that happened, that scenario, that encounter, that these things would always, let's use the word faith, it would always be there. It will always lead you. And the same thing with leadership, you know, is that ability for you to, as a leader, you just look at people and you find potential in them. And like a man that, one of the security officers in one of my offices, and I remember that the manager said, I just want to tell you, the security company is one baba that they brought to. I don't think that Baba can work here. I said, okay, I will see the Baba. When I got to the office and I saw him, very elderly man, and I sat in my car and I looked at him. And she said, so ma, should I tell the security company to come and take him away? I said, no, leave him. He became the CSO of all the companies that I have. Yes.
Wow.
So that thing would always lead you. That thing they call the fate would always lead you. Know?
Yes. So looking at your journey so far, what has been the most important mindset shift you've had to make as a leader?
That's a tricky question.
No, looking at your journey so far, what has been the most important mindset shift that you've had to make as a leader?
As a leader, you just get to the point where nothing moves you any longer. Nothing comes to you to rattle. Nothing. You're tough.
Yes, you have the ability to chest it now.
You are tough. There's nothing like, I would always refer to Yoruba proverbs. So when you have that mindset that what is it in? So you're able to chest many things. Nothing shakes you, and then people begin to say, she's as hard as a rock. I mean, you just get to that point as a leader, and nothing rattles, nothing rocks your boat. Nothing, you're chesting anything that comes and you're handling it.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Kenny. I've been having a wonderful session so far.
Same here.
All right, let's go on a short break now. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a
Welcome back to Market Innoventors. I am still here having a very insightful conversation with Dr. Kenny Oshorun Olayinka. Now, if you watched the last episode of Market Innoventors, you know this is my favorite segment. Now, I mean, I like other segments, but I like to show off with this one because it's the favorite quote segment. So I have a favorite quote of my own, and this one, it says, even when you think you're defeated, dig deeper, go harder, press, because there's something better, there's something worth it on the other side. And this is by Kennedy Ryan. All right, so Dr. Kenny, what is that one quote that keeps you grounded and motivated on your journey?
This is a very simple one because I've had this quote since I was 15. And that's because in my journey in life, I discovered that it has always been this. It's not written by anybody, it's written by me. And the quote is very simple and straightforward. I always win. This has been my journey. This has been my story.
Yes.
You saw it somewhere?
On your Instagram.
Yes. I always win. I've never defeated. I always win. I don't have one story of I always win. I always win. So this has shaped my mentality. It has shaped my decisions. It has, look, I always win.
Talking about your winning mindset, can you share 3 principles that has guided your journey, your growth and success across the industries?
I don't joke with my spiritual life. I don't joke with my spiritual life. I don't look anything like what I am, like I've said, but I'm very, very deep spiritually, extremely deep. And I was fortunate enough to have been a Christian very early, served God, for the most of my life, in fact, So I am a prayerful person, and I don't joke with the presence of God and with God himself. Then secondly, I don't move around with a lot of friends. My circle is even up to a circle.
Wow.
I don't think it's up to a circle. I am big on loyalty. Very, very big on loyalty. So they are not even up to a handful. So I keep my circle really very tiny and very small, but very, very rich, resourceful, powerful network. Then what would the third thing be? The third thing would be it's a tough one.
Okay, so
no.
Okay.
When I say it's a tough one, I'm trying to pick between, two that I'm looking at. So the third one would be whatever you learn on your journey in life and in business. I would always refer to something that I learned from a man of God a long time ago. People rarely change. When they show you who they are, don't think for them. That is who they are. If anyone betrays you once, don't go back and refriend whoever has betrayed you.
because
In business,
do it again.
in life, and in anything, they will do it again. Stay focused.
Exactly. Stay focused. So when you look at everything you're building, from businesses to platforms to creating experiences, what kind of impact or legacy are you intentionally creating?
So, for me, I started with nothing.
Yeah.
When I mean nothing, I mean it was all ideas, with a computer, So anytime I have the opportunity to inspire younger people,
Yeah.
the world has changed. People no longer believe in hard work. I mean, the younger generation, they want fast track. So whenever I have the opportunity to build the younger generation, to show them how I got to where I am, I do that, And most importantly, which is the reason why we started the Bridge Connectors, is to connect people of network, people of policy changers, powerful people together, because what one person would be able to achieve, 100 will achieve it probably,
yes,
100
effectively, yes.
effectively, you know. So it's to try and build Africa, an Africa where we'll come together in unity. You're no longer Igbo to me, you're not Yoruba to me, you're not Hausa to me, we're one. And if we come together, we can achieve something really, really bigger, stronger, and greater.
So building across multiple industries, this is my last question for you on the show, by the way. You know, it comes with its own challenges. What has been one of the most difficult moments in your journey, and how did you navigate it?
In the journey of building businesses?
Yes.
Staff, they are wonderful people. They are wonderful people. You know, Africa, let me not say Africa, let me restrict whatever I'm saying to Nigeria. Getting credible workers.
Yes.
Trusted workers. People that you could actually leave things in their hands and be sure that everything will go on smoothly is quite difficult. And that's because of the culture. I mean, we all travel out of the country.
Yeah.
If a white man tells you that you're supposed to work for 20 hours, you work for 20 hours.
Exactly.
You will work for 20 hours. If you don't work for the 20 hours, you will not be paid. You may even be fired. The reverse is the case in Nigeria. You tell somebody, why are you just coming to work by 12 o'clock? Give the person a query. Madam, they're very wicked. You know, it's a cultural thing.
Yes.
You know, so this, and it's not just for me, it's for most entrepreneurs in Nigeria. It's tough for entrepreneurs. You find dishonest workers, the ones that will steal, the ones that would lie, you know, and all that. That has been the toughest, you know.
Yeah.
But we thank God all the same.
We thank God all the same. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Kenny, for staying with us on this conversation, sharing your journey, your insights, and your vision. Now, one thing is for sure, as industries continue to evolve, entrepreneurs who understand how to create meaningful experiences and lasting impact would define the future of business. And that's it today on the edition of Market Innoventors, where we spotlight the people transforming ideas into influence and ambition into global impact. I am your host, Peace Nwoke. Stay inspired, keep building, and keep innovating.